Fear versus faith. Bible speaks and says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind." This is a message that God wants us to hear, especially in this time with all the commotions about that corona virus. We need to know that God is in control. Illustrations that he left on us when the disciples were having a difficult time in the ocean. They were in the boat, and there was a boat covered with waves, but Jesus Christ was asleep. Then his disciples came to him and woke him, saying, "Lord, save us, for we are perishing." But he said to them, "Why are you fearful, O you of little faith?" Then he rose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. So the men were surprised, saying, "Who can this be, that even the winds and the sea obey him?" Did they not know who was in the boat with them? The one who created the oceans, the currents, the wind, and the waves. God was with them. The ship was not going down with the Creator on board. The storm does not distress Jesus. No matter how earth's shattering and problems do not cause God to fear. That's why he said, "O ye of little faith." Look what happened. They all stayed in the boat, they all continued the journey, and they all reached the other side. The circumstances of the world around us shall not affect your faith in God. And also in his ability that can cause us to reach the intention that he has for our lives. God was never surprised by our circumstances. He wasn't surprised by the persecution of the early church. He wasn't surprised by the world wars. He wasn't surprised by the plagues, measles, the mumps, the smallpox. All those events that happened, God knew that it was going to happen. He wasn't surprised. He was always there to protect us, always there to guide us. We should feel that at this point, God is also with us. God hasn't lost control, and neither should we. Fear is paralyzing, and it creates confusion. The Bible says a sound mind is the opposite of fear. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of good sound mind. Things like height and distance allow us to rationalize what is real and what is imaginary. You have heard it said, hard to see the forest for the trees. Sometimes you have to step back and take a bigger picture of what's there. If you just lay in bed at night and worry about the things you can't even see, you have to believe in God. You're going to be filled with fear. If you don't believe in God, you're going to be filled with fear. A reactions response negative gives credit to the enemy. It's a trap not to follow good precautionary measures. Whether we have service in a building or not has nothing to do with the faith. It's just the normal common sense. We need to understand that if we can look like fools if some people will come sick of this virus from the church, we lose the level of influence on other people. Common sense, it's a social distance is the best defense against the pandemic. And we have to follow the instructions of those above us to protect us from all diseases. It's more about the overloading and health care system that it is catching the virus. Don't be fooled. God is a source no matter the circumstances. He has used your jobs to provide you. He can and will use anything to take care of you. So how do we plan for immediate future? Utilizing this time for family time, to rest, working on the project that you started a long time ago, but you kept putting it off. To sow into your family, into your career, to your home, to your ministry. Let your church move outside the four walls that have been restricted. Plan on how you're going to do your weekly service for the next 90 days. Promoting online giving, promoting online attendance. Send out a worship set. Send out a prayer list. Promote community family participation. Send a daily uplifting in the Facebook's update. Become an informative or resource for your members. Become a resource for people who have not one to turn to. Hope is always a great measure. Hope is always a great message to preach in your lifestyle. Words are the best message that the world will ever see and hear. Without any fault of our own, we have to create a normal situation of what Christ can do for us. And the Bible says, and we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are the called according to his purpose. For whom he foreknew, he also predestinated to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brothers. Moreover, whom he predestinated, this he also called. Whom he called, he is also justified. And whom he justified, this he also glorified. What then shall we say to these things? If God is with us, who can be against us? For your sake, we are killed all day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Yet in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. For I am persuaded that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor power, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other created thing shall be able to separate us from the love of God, which is in Christ Jesus our Lord. God is still in control. He has not forgotten us. His plan for this world is to draw the hearts of all people to him. Let us allow the time to be a time of deceit. Let it allow it to be a time of increase, not a time of disease. Let it allow it to be a time of increase. People are praying around the world like never have before. Let's believe that God is going to answer the prayers, heal the lands, and rescue us. As we have already been determined to be his children, and his children he will always protect, he will always guide. So trust in God, walk by faith in God, and not by fear. God bless you.